In this brief video, I hope that this will be a good explanation as to understanding the basics of Karaite Judaism. What is it? For those of you who may be new to this channel, I welcome you and I thank you for your time. I hope you enjoy the many videos that I have on my channel. I hope you subscribe today. Please do. And don't forget to push the little bell so that you can be reminded when I have a new video posted. I hope you had a wonderful Shabbat, by the way. Karaism, let me begin by stating this for those who do not know. Kara in Karaites or Karaim, Kara is the ancient form of today the abbreviated Tanakh for the Torah, prophets, and writings. Kara is the ancient Hebrew form of Tanakh. So therefore, when you say Karaites, it's like saying Tanakhites, or in plain English, followers of the scriptures alone. That's what the term means. It's not just a term as like a name of a made-up religion or a movement. No, it's a statement. Scripturalists. We follow the scriptures. We trust the scriptures. The scriptures is our authority. Karaites, all throughout history, before the name Karaite, all Israelites were always considered Zadok, righteous, or righteous ones. So that's what the Karaites were called before the term Karaite was made, to identify ourselves in contrary stance against the Pharisees, the Parushim, the separated ones, today called Orthodox Jews, who follow the Talmudic teachings of the sages and the rabbis. They believe in two Torahs. They believe that there was the written Torah and there was the oral Torah, which is like the secret coded Torah to understand the Torah, and only with the rabbis, the opinions of the rabbis and their writings and sages, can you understand the Torah. Without the Talmud and the Mishnah and all the books in Pharisaic Judaism, they believe that you cannot understand the Torah whatsoever. It's like looking at a skeleton or reading a newspaper, just reading the headline, but the article, the entire article is missing. That's how they identify that if you're just reading scripture alone, it's like reading nothing but headlines, but no information, no details, no explanations, no directions. It's like getting a manual, they say. Getting a manual that says, this is for this, and this, and this, and this, but it doesn't tell you the directions. How many to put here? How little? So therefore, the Torah to a Pharisaic or Orthodox Jew, without the Talmud and the Mishnah and the books of the sages of rabbinical Judaism, it's like literally you're lost. The Talmud states, this is a daring statement by the Talmud itself, one of the sages, the great sages. They say, behold, the wilderness without the teachings of the rabbis. What it's trying to tell you is that without the teachings of the rabbis, without the Talmudic teachings of the sages, you are like lost in a wilderness. Karaites reject this notion and believe wholeheartedly that the answers can be searched out in the scriptures of Tanakh, based on the statements of Elohim himself. Elohim does not tell you in the Torah that this Torah is meant only for those great sages to teach you. Nor does it tell you that the Torah is too hard to keep, or that you need to be a magician or a guru. What does it say in the Torah? In Deuteronomy chapter 30, it says, for this Torah, this law that I am giving you today, it is not in the heavens, as if to say, who will go get it for us? It is not across the sea. I'm paraphrasing here. To say, who will go across the sea and go get it for us, that we may keep it and observe it. But what does it say? It is in your heart and in your mind that you can keep it. Also in Deuteronomy, it also says in Devarim, that it was to be read every 7 years in the ears of all the men, the women, and the children. Listen carefully, the children and the strangers, the non-Israelites. Why? That they may listen and learn to fear and keep all the words of this Torah simply by listening to the reading of the Torah. Now these are the words of Elohim himself. These are not man-made rules and regulations or words of men. These are the words of Elohim. Now if we have to decide between the words of the sages, of the rabbinical Jews, and Elohim, we are going with the Creator every single time. Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 2 states, "You shall not add to the word which I have commanded you, neither shall you diminish from it." Karaite Judaism also rejects the rabbinical principle that the rabbis are the sole authorities for interpreting the Tanakh. Karaites believe that every single Jew has the obligation to study the Torah, the entire Hebrew Scriptures, every single day, to search the Scriptures well. The Scriptures, the Tanakh, is the only authority. It is not the words of men or traditions of men, but the words of Elohim alone. This is what we believe. Now, what you will hear often, is that no, Karaites have their own traditions. They have their own Talmudic teachings. Again, no, this is not true. This is nonsense. The big difference is, yes, we are able to interpret the Tanakh based on the Hebrew Scriptures, not because we make up stuff, we just read it. It doesn't mean that any Tom, Dick, or Harry can just pick up the Scriptures and read it and say, I think it means X, Y, and Z, and just do whatever you want to do. That's not what it means. It means search the Scriptures well, study the Scriptures well, reflect and meditate carefully on the Scriptures, and do not rely upon the opinions of men, but on strict, serious study of the Scriptures. Because the reason why is because in the end, when you meet with your Creator, it's going to be you and the Creator. No one else is going to be with you. Your rabbi's not going to be with you. I'm not going to be with you. No one is going to be with you. Now, can we help you? Of course we can. I'm willing to help anyone, and I have been helping, and I will continue to help anyone who wants help. But in the end, I'm only teaching the words of Elohim, and so too everyone else. So therefore, you have eyes, you can read, and you can study. Yes, we are here to help, but the words of Elohim are what we are teaching. It is not our words, nor our commandments, nor our man-made doctrines. Now, when we interpret things, we do not dare say that these things come from Mount Sinai. And this is what Rabbinical Judaism will do. They state that the Talmud, the teachings of the Mishnah, and all the books of the Orthodox Judaism is based out of Mount Sinai. They believe that when Moshe came down, when the whole nation was revealed the Torah, there was also the oral Torah that was explained to Moshe himself. So therefore there was two Torahs according to the tradition of the Perushim, the Pharisees, Orthodox Jews. That there was the written Torah and the oral Torah. Two Torahs. All Israelites have always understood and recognized that there was only one Torah until this other branch of Israelites came along and said, no, there was two Torahs, and a lot of man-made traditions were added on and interpretations, and eventually it became, no, these are not just interpretations, these came directly from Mount Sinai. Much of it. So, the understanding of Karaites and the Karaite Creed is as I'm going to read right now. Search in the Scriptures well and do not rely on anyone's opinion. This means that we must rely on God's opinion, Elohim's opinion. If you're new to my channel, I have many videos on the subject of keeping the Torah, and I will be posting many more videos to come. Please subscribe today, and I will be posting more videos, God willing. I welcome you, and shalom to you, and study the Scriptures well, every single day, because the Scriptures, the words of Elohim, come first and come last, and only the words of Elohim are the authority. That is the mark of a true Karaite. Shalom.